What's going on, guys? Noah here with Madison Angling. I am at DNS Bait, Tackle, and Fly Shop here on the north side of Madison. And I wanted to do a little different video for you guys today. And I was talking with Pat and I'm like, why don't we do like a holiday gift guide, right? We kind of are big fans of the whole shop local thing. Let's show some kind of fun, maybe different gift ideas, especially for people who maybe do a lot of fishing, right? The reason you're watching this is either you like to fish or you know somebody who likes to fish, right? So as avid fishermen ourselves, we're gonna show you guys a couple of different things that we think would be great gift ideas for this holiday season, especially if you guys are procrastinators like me and you need a last minute gift idea. So we're gonna show you a few cool products here at the shop. You can swing down, pick up anytime. And we are gonna start with this guy right here. So in some of my ice fishing videos, you may have seen this before. This is the finicky fooler. This thing is really, really cool. So as a fishing guide, I'm kind of broke. So I like tools that I can use for multiple different functions, all right? So when I buy rods and reels, of course, there's some stuff that's specialized, right? I use them for very specific presentations, but I like things that are kind of generalist setups that I can use for multiple different techniques. This thing is one of those. If you use tip ups, you use tip downs, or if you like hook setting devices like jaw jackers, automatic fishermen, anything like that, this does all three of those functions in one device, which is pretty stinking cool. The way this thing works is pretty cool. You guys just saw it set up as a hook setting device. We've used this for pike, bass, walleyes, Great Lakes trout. These things can handle just about anything. I've been very, very impressed with these, but they work basically two ways. You can put pretty much any ice rod you want to in here. And if you want to use it as like a tip up or kind of like a tip down function, it's super, super simple. This flag folds down on this little trigger arm right here. You open the bail, you put the line underneath the little trigger arm here, which you can adjust the tension on depending on what you're using. And then you can set this up with whatever you want. So let's say we're going perch fishing on the Mississippi River. We're probably gonna use fathead minnows, little tiny treble hook. When the fish grabs it, boom, flag goes up, reel is free spooled, run over, grab the rod, close the bail, reel down on them. And like you guys saw before, you can also use this as a hook setting device too for bigger fish. So very versatile. The other thing I really like about this is it's self-contained. So check this out. It all kind of snaps together, folds up nice and neat. It weighs maybe a pound, if that. Done. Super small, compact. You can fit probably 10 of these easily in a 5-gallon bucket. Super small, very compact again, and right around the $40 price point. They're not super expensive. So even if the person on your list that you're shopping for does a lot of fishing, maybe they already have a couple of these, it wouldn't hurt to get them another one at about 40 bucks. It's hard to go wrong. This is something I absolutely love. Not a sponsored product. I pay full price for these. They're awesome. So if you're kind of lost and you want to get somebody kind of a cool ice fishing gift, there you go. Check out the finicky fooler. Up next, guys, this one's pretty cool. How many of you fish with live bait? Pretty much everyone's probably raising their hands. How many of you hate when your air raider isn't working or the batteries are dead? You get to the bait shop, your batteries are dead. Maybe the bait shop doesn't have the right batteries or doesn't have batteries. That sucks, and you don't have time to stop and go get batteries because you got to get your butt on the water. How about a rechargeable air raider? So for right around 60 bucks, if you're in a pinch, you can plug this into your boat, your car, your truck, whatever. Charge this thing up on the go as you're on your way to the lake or river, wherever you're going, and don't have to worry about running out of juice ever again. So rechargeable air raider right around the $60 mark. This is something that's going on my Christmas list because I hate when my aerators aren't working. So pretty darn cool, could be a day saver, and at 60 bucks, pretty awesome gift. All right, guys, let's crank things up a little bit here. Let's say maybe you want to spend a little bit of money on somebody, or maybe you want to spend a little money on yourself and get yourself something real nice. Ice rods. How about custom ice rods? So we're gonna step it up here with some custom ice rods. Kevin's Custom Rods makes some phenomenal ice rods. Whether you want a panfish rod, my eyes kind of gravitated towards this really bright neon green noodle rod. Look at the tip on that. That is just silly. Beautiful guide wraps. Everything is spined perfectly. Nice handles, even got a split grip on this one, pretty darn cool. Everything from a panfish noodle rod all the way up to a lake trout, pike, walleye rod. Kevin's got you covered. There's a nice selection of them here at the shop, but if you want something custom, he can make that happen for you too. So another fun one are long rods. And I think this is more of a southern Wisconsin sort of thing where we do a lot of hole hopping. So if you are into the long rod game, Kevin makes a very, very, very nice long rod. And I should add, he also makes these in 2 different models. You can get a glass blank or a graphite blank. So for just a little over $100, you can get yourself a custom long rod made by Kevin. They come with a spring bobber ready to go, even comes with a jig, line. All you need to do is throw a spike or a piece of plastic on here. You're out the door and you're fishing. I have fished with these several times. They are phenomenal rods. And Pat also carries a nice assortment of Fish Boys custom rods as well. So whichever one you like, come play with them, check them out. These things are awesome. And for those of you who maybe are kind of new to the long rod thing, it's that way you can hole hop. See, I can keep this rod handle right down by my hip here, and I can walk around and hole hop, hole hop, hole hop. If you've never long rodded before, it's a heck of a lot of fun. Check them out, guys. Super fun. Get yourself a long rod. Treat yourself or somebody you love. No, we're not going golfing, but we probably could if we don't get more ice here soon. We will. We got ice coming. Check this out. This looks really funny, but it's super functional. So for all you guys who hate bending over to clear the ice out of your holes, you don't have to anymore. Now you can use a golf club as an ice scoop. Boom. And I've actually seen people use these for landing fish. So if you're doing the long rod deal, you got your rod in one hand, your scoop in the other. You hook your fish, you lift it up, get your scoop in there, flop the fish up onto the ice. Totally keeping your hands dry. It's pretty darn cool. So if you're looking for something funny and also incredibly functional to give either yourself or the ice fisherman or woman in your life, these ice scoops, also made by Kevin, are hilarious and super functional. And I actually have a couple of these, believe it or not. They work great. So something funny, but also very functional. Check them out. It's in the name, guys. DNS Bait, Tackle, and Fly Shop. So this is another really cool option. A great gift idea is a fly assortment. You get 40 flies, and these are all pre-selected by the staff here at the shop. Got some dries on the other side here. And basically, you got everything you need to go fish trout here in the driftless in Wisconsin all year long. You got your nymphs covered, emergers, dries, and terrestrials all in one box. And essentially, for what you're gonna pay for this selection, you're getting a free box and a pretty good discount on flies. So if you're new to fly fishing or you have somebody in your life who is newer to fly fishing, here you go, especially if you don't know where to start, because there are thousands and thousands of different fly patterns. How do you know what size? How do you know what color? And how do you know what pattern? This makes it super easy. And again, these are hand selected, hand picked by the guys here at the shop who do a tremendous amount of fly fishing. And speaking of flies, coming over and take a look at this big selection of flies here. Not only do we have kind of more production flies, we also have locally made flies. So if you have somebody in your life that enjoys fly fishing and you're not sure what to get them, hand-tied locally made flies are a great option. We got everything from little tiny nymphs all the way up to, you know, great big streamers for the Great Lakes people, kind of your egg-sucking leech patterns and other egg patterns, kind of meaty, beefy, jiggy type stuff. Whatever you want, they pretty much have you covered. If it's not here, you don't need it. And if you have questions about what flies for what species and what time of year, feel free to ask. Again, these guys are hardcore fly anglers. They will get you set up with everything you need. And just to build on that, how about fly tying? Here's another fun one. So I started tying flies when I was a little kid. In fact, I started tying flies before I ever owned a fly rod or learned how to cast a fly rod. It's something anybody, pretty much any age, can do. And I still tie flies a little bit. I'm not as good as I used to be, but it's a heck of a lot of fun, and there's nothing more rewarding than taking something you made and going out and catching a fish on it. So if you guys want to get into fly tying, there's also a fly tying kit. It has everything you need to get started with fly tying, the tools, materials, and you can make quite a few different patterns. I believe it's 10 different patterns of some of the most productive flies, basically everything you need to go fly fishing. So if you guys are interested in getting into fly tying, you can get one of those kits, or someone here at the shop can get you set up with the tools and some basic materials and hooks and stuff you need to get into fly tying. That's another really fun one where it's kind of like you're giving a thing, but you're also giving an experience, which is pretty darn cool. So if you have somebody in your life that likes to craft and mess around with stuff, tinker with stuff, and also loves fishing, fly tying, it's pretty darn cool. All right, we gotta talk about some stocking stuffer type stuff too, right? So we're gonna start with these guys, rechargeable hand warmers. These are actually pretty darn cool. They come in at about 30 bucks or so. Awesome stocking stuffer. You don't have to be a fisherman to need warm hands. So this is one that works for pretty much everybody, but rechargeable hand warmers would be a great option. Another local product, Uncle Kurt's tungsten panfish ice flies. All kinds of different colors, lots of fun stuff there. These work great with or without live bait. So another kind of fun stocking stuffer option. And hole covers. I know we're talking a lot about ice fishing, but it is the season for ice fishing. 10 bucks for a DNS hole cover. And it's hilarious. Always cover your ice hole. Why wouldn't you want that? I always seem to buy a couple of these when I come in here, so you can never have too many of these. Hole covers are a great option. And gift cards. If you don't know what to get somebody, you can always get them a gift card. And Madison Angling also has gift certificates available if you want a guide trip. But you can get a gift card, put as much money as you want on it, or as little money as you want on it, I guess. But this is a great option if you just don't know what to get somebody. Let them go find out what they want on their own. Send them over here. And DNS has merch. I'm sure you saw my hat, all kinds of different colors and patterns of beanies, hats, sweatshirts, all kinds of fun stuff here. So lots of cool options here, guys. Again, please, 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 please shop local this holiday season. If you're looking for gifts for the angler in your life or yourself, stop down to DNS. If you have questions, the people here are more than happy to give you a direction to go in and give you their recommendations. And with that, that's my 2024 holiday gift guide, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Please consider stopping down here, picking up some goodies for this holiday season. We'll see you on the next video.